Alright, what does Dunkey have to say? Hold on.
Internet decided that this game was no good.
These spoilers basically show you that the game is not worth buying.
This game is shaping up to be a complete dumpster fire, dude. Like, people are canceling their pre-orders left and right.
I won't be buying.
Do CS surf streamers or YouTubers still exist, by the way? Are those things still around?
Of course, these guys are small potatoes. Now me, I'm the dude off of Ratatouille. You can get past these guys, but the only way to get past me is to put Donkey Kong in the game. What sucks about always putting out great stuff...
Okay, I'll say this though, Donkey's a big Nintendo. I have to drop that one. If Nintendo releases a game, he's all over it. Unless it's Pokemon, but like that doesn't count.
The original Last of Us was a very good game, and one that has been very influential on this generation of story-driven games. However, compared to this game, it is like a dog's chew toy. Uncharted 4 took Last of Us and slam dunked it into the fucking garbage can. Bigger, more interesting story with better acting performances, better combat, music, puzzles, Crash Bandicoot, and all of these different types of traversal. So how do you top Uncharted 4? Well, you don't. In that game, you get a grapple hook. In Last of Us Part 2, you open 150 filing cabinets. Levels are massive with tons of branching paths, and some of the encounters in this game are so sprawling and complicated that they can
Bro, that fucking sound, by the way, that's just gonna be in my dreams. When I hear that, I'm gonna lay him in bed.
In a stroke of absolute genius, they have taken inspiration from the classic game of Rogue Warrior. When Ellie kills somebody, she'll sometimes call them a swear word.
Dick.
Sleepy time, you fucking motherfucker.
It can't live up to its mind-blowing E3 trailer, but this is easily one of the best-looking games out there. The story is heavily reliant on actors and animators alike to bring these characters to life, and they do some incredible work. We've seen all sorts of US cities in video games: New York, Boston, San Francisco, New York, Hong Kong, Chicago, Los Angeles. Even New York is in some games, but it's cool to see a place I'm actually familiar with realized in a game of this caliber: Seattle. Scrambled. Hey, what the fuck? That's supposed to be Cheesecake Factory. This game is ruined. People aren't mad about graphics or gameplay though. They're mad about the story. So what do I think about this story?
Here we go.
You want to know what I think? It's a pretty good story. I haven't been this engaged by a video game story since Red Dead 2 and God of War. There are some bold twists in here, but they're all in service of a story that is still very faithful to the spirit of the original. This is a lengthy game that takes its time setting the stage and getting you invested in its characters, and then they all start killing each other.
Spoiler alert!
Turns out we got bamboozled. You don't play as the giraffe. Instead, you play as a girl called Abby, and she kills Joel with a golf club. How are you gonna kill off the main guy? That's everybody's favorite guy. Honestly, I think Ellie should track down this Abby character and kill her, see how she likes it. Now that would be a good storyline. The truth is, I don't know why people are mad at this game, because they don't know why they're mad. Fans are obviously very attached to Joel as a character, and that's why killing him off is such a powerful way to ignite a revenge story. I don't know anything about this Abby person, but you fucking killed Joel with golf of all sports?
No way.
I am coming to shoot this big dumb muscle bitch. And that's exactly what Ellie does. Like Uncharted, Last of Us 2 uses dual narratives to draw parallels and comparisons between its characters, though instead of laying them on top of each other, they're intersecting. Ellie's story is Uncharted 4 and Abby's story is Last of Us 1. Just like Nathan Drake's obsessive pursuit of treasure, Ellie's suicidal revenge mission puts her friends' lives in constant danger, and yet she keeps taking it further. Then, halfway through the game, everything resets. The clock turns back 3 days, and now you play as the villain, Abby, who is a hardened killer that starts to reconnect with her lost humanity.
I can explain exactly why I'm mad though. Okay, we finished this video. You type out your essay, I'll read it. Go.
The innocence of her child companion. Sound like anybody you know? It's obvious they are going to try and humanize and develop all of these characters now looking from the other side, and at first, you reject them. You go, fuck these guys, I don't care about them. They killed Joel with golf, except for the dog, I like him. But as you keep playing, eventually you find yourself getting wrapped up in their drama. The moment where they really got me was this sniper fight. This battle goes on for so long that you really come to hate
did.
fucking sniper guy. But by the time you reach him, you realize, wait a minute, No, I really like that guy. Ellie's side of the story is very focused and simple. Abby's side is messy and complicated with a bunch of new characters running around doing crazy shit in the middle of a war zone. It's very entertaining trying to connect the dots between both sides of the story, and I imagine there's a lot of details you won't even catch until you go back and play through it again. A character you've already encountered as Ellie will show up in the back half of the game and you'll go, hey, I remember that guy. Characters will do things you won't agree with, and you'll have to turn your brain on and attempt to empathize with them. In the world of Last of Us Part 2, one hateful act begets another, but a selfless act can also be contagious. The story is not as airtight as Joel and Ellie's journey across the United States, but conceptually, this sequel is far more creative. So I give this game a 4 out of 5. Shut the fuck up, Leafy.
I mean, well, I don't think it's. I like the game. I like the game, and I would say, I don't have. I mean, I'm not gonna say I don't have a problem with the ending. I think the ending is fine, and I think I understand why some people like. If you had such a strong attachment to Joel as a character, to the point where you're just like, all right, fuck Abby, then like, okay, I guess I can see why you don't like the game. But like at that point, I feel like you don't actually want a better story. You just want to see like your guy win, I guess. You know what I mean? You just want to see your guy win. You wanted a literal Last of Us 2, it's the same story rehashed? Yeah, kinda. Basically. You're biased at this point? Who, me? I'm biased? Why am I biased? I'm scared to post my opinion at this point? You shouldn't be scared. Nobody's in trouble here. But I do agree that Abby gets her own story and Ellie just shows up with a lack of development until the very end. I had an attachment to Joel in the beginning, but then as the story went on, it was just meh after I found out how and when Ellie learned the truth of the Fireflies. But is that not kind of on purpose? Like, don't they, call me crazy, but don't they want to show Ellie in a negative light to add more of this conversation around Abby? Like, I don't think that's accidental, bro. Abby is not a good person. I mean, sorry. I mean, well, she's not, but that's not who I meant to say. Ellie is not a good person. Joel was not a good person.
Also, once you see the porch scene, it should recontextualize Ellie's whole journey.
Yeah. The other Dunkey vid is so good. Oh, is it now?
The year is 2001, and gamers
I'll watch till I get bored.
One of their favorite franchises has swerved in a new artistic direction. The problem with the game is very clear. The graphics are terrible. The graphics are so bad, in fact, that they completely ruin the game. This game was The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker. Thankfully, gamers were never wrong again. Today, I'm going to be discussing The Last of Us 2 with some of the greatest minds of the YouTube comments section. For the safety of the viewers, I feel I need to warn
Last of Us 2 gets spoiled, Red Dead 2 gets spoiled. I spoiled one of the major plot points for Doom.
You guys that
Red
I'm
Dead 2?
sorting
Nice
comments
news.
by news, so please be careful watching this. Now, when I reviewed Last of Us 2, I rattled the monkey cage pretty good. This is my most disliked video ever, which is a little weird to me. I've been talking shit.
Don't spoil Red Dead 2 for yourself, please. Brother, I don't even know if I want to play it, man. I didn't even play Red Dead 1. Trust me, you will at some point. What is that, a threat? What is that, a promise? The Red Dead 2 spoiler doesn't matter at all? Oh, on God?
Shit on beloved games for years, and people have been getting pissed off at
Okay, you can't. Okay, hold on.
me. I've been talking shit on beloved games.
Beloved games and shows fucking Assassin's Creed? Come on now.
I Am Monkey God, along with 300 other people, calls me a sellout. What is my response? Well, Monkey God, I love you, but you are one stupid motherfucker. First things first, you need to realize who you are talking to. It's me, baby. Video game Dunkey. Remember the guy who self-destructed his sponsorship with Microsoft when I couldn't even pay my rent? If I was a sellout, you know what I would do? I would read the room, go, oh look, everyone hates this game, and pander to fucking idiots. I am not here to regurgitate your opinion.
I'm sorry, did that say the quartering?
And pander to fucking idiots. I am not here to regurgitate your opinion. I'm here to make the videos I want to make, even if it pisses off some baboon brain, dumbass little bitch like you. Our next comment is from Jerome's. He says, you're stupid. Now, Jerome's makes an excellent point here. I am kind of stupid when you think about it. Although he did put the wrong "your." I don't even understand what this person is trying to even type. I don't know. Oh, the reason people dislike the story is because Joel wouldn't be so stupid to tell a random armed posse is suspiciously chilling outside of their stronghold his name and what he's doing. Okay, so here is someone making an argument instead of whining like a little baby. I've seen a lot of people share this sentiment that it's completely out of character for Joel to die how he does, which is kind of funny to me because to me the most jarring, most bizarre part of this game was where Joel busts in with a guitar and starts playing a song and singing. This is not what Joel does. He doesn't do this. Now the Joel I know just kind of stands around and grunts, and when he goes somewhere new he goes, man, this place smells like a goddamn Cheeto factory. And then he sees a dude limping along asking for help. He goes, that guy ain't even hurt. Joel fucking sees Tommy. He goes, hell, that ain't even the real Tommy. The truth is, that's the Joel from the beginning of the original game. When we first played as him, he was an empty husk of a person that is just going through the motions, and over the duration of the first game, we gradually see him transform back into an actual human being with a newfound sense of purpose. The Joel we see in Last of Us 2, no longer is it his gut reaction to run everybody over in a truck because he traded his truck for a horse, and in the end, it's some dumb, incidental slip-up that gets him killed.
Well, technically, Joel does say his name to everyone, but when they met Abby, Tommy was the one who said, I'm Tommy, this is my brother Joel. Just saying.
Christopher says, this story was terrible. Now, Christopher makes an
So
excellent
it's Tommy's
point here,
fault.
but I actually disagree. Monster Hunter World, Doom Eternal, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, Devil May Cry 5, Call of Duty Modern Warfare, Gears of War 5, Pokemon Sword, Far Cry 5, Wolfenstein 2, Ghost of Tsushima, Spider-Man, Horizon Zero Dawn. I've played all of these games, and some of them are actually good games, but now I am going to recount everything I remember about the story to these games. In Doom, you go to hell. I can tell you characters from these games like the funny Yoda and the talking chicken, but I can't actually recall specific story beats. You know, these stories, they left such little impact on me. Now, Last of Us 2, I can tell you what happened in that game. Some crazy ass shit. So let's just start here. Last of Us 2 is a good story because it's memorable and dramatic. It's not an untouchable masterpiece. It's not perfect.
I feel that's a Dunkey
it's
issue.
Just a good, entertaining
That
story.
could be.
I went into this game already knowing that Joel would die, and yet when it happened, I was still absolutely floored. This is such a brutal, horrific scene, and really it's Ashley Johnson's performance as Ellie that sells it. They are killing off our favorite guy from Last of Us. This is the appropriate reaction. Compare this to Final Fantasy VII Remake, where Jessie dies. Now, I don't give a shit about Jessie. She is a two-dimensional, super annoying character, but what's really messed up is that Cloud doesn't care either. Right as she is about to die, he goes,
You owe me a pizza.
when Jessie dies, I go, okay, whatever. When
Okay, that looks... Okay, that's not the full context, man. It's... Oh, man.
when Joel gets killed off, I am sitting here like, holy shit. I am emotionally affected by this, and now the rules are off the table. Anything can happen from here on out. I love when a story can actually surprise me and veer into unknown territory. I am so burnt out on formulaic bullshit stories, so when something crazy happens in a video game, I am here going, hell yeah. Now Ellie has to go to outer space to fight aliens or some shit. Man, this is the first time I've disagreed with Dunkey. Wow, this game sucks. But also, I've never played this game before, or the first one. Here's a comment from Hideo Kojima. He said,
Kojima!
Don't listen to him, y'all. He didn't like, Kojima, get out of here. You don't make this game. Dunkey is an idiot. Too popular and has lost any sort of credibility when it comes to reviews. People don't know why they hate it, except countless 4-hour reviews breaking down everything that makes the game bad with far better reasoning than anything in this video. Now, this comment is actually a masterpiece. He's mad that I said people don't know why they're mad. But at the same time, he still doesn't understand why he's mad. He references some mystery 4-hour video. He doesn't know what the video is called, and he can't name a single point from the video. What the fuck? There are smart, level-headed people with functioning brains who don't like The Last of Us 2 for valid reasons. And but this is not one of them. I'll tell you why we're mad, Dunkey. Thank you, Big Boss. Here we go.
Big boss.
The world of Last of Us is not advanced in the slightest. Nothing happens. It's nothing more than a revenge narrative, and it feels lazy, like it could happen to anyone in Last of Us Part 2. But Last of Us Part 1, that story was Ellie and Joel to experience, and given all of this, and Cuckman's reputation for being a male feminist, the fact that Abby kills Joel when she is strongly implied to a transgender, it feels like
I'm sorry.
was pushing an agenda.
I'm sorry.
Zero mention of all the SJW trash pushed on us. People love the first game because it's not political in any way at all. Now stay with me, it gets better. Did the first game mention anyone's sexual...
Say no.
No. Now stay with me, it gets better. Did the first game mention anyone's sexual orientation at all, apart from the trash DLC? The answer is no. How you guys don't see that is beyond me. What's great about these comments is that this is a man who is so convinced that he is correct, but turns out is 100% factually incorrect.
Yeah, Bill
from the original game was gay. The game points out several times that Bill is gay. Doc Holliday, you are a bonobo ape. Ed Dobbs says Fallout 76 was a better experience than Last of Us Part 2. Last of Us haters, this guy is on your side. So if you want to come over to my side now, no one will judge you. People can have different opinions, and I respect yours. Wait, what the fuck? Is this still YouTube comments? But killing off the best character in the game and then making you play as the scumbag who killed him for 20 hours is terrible game design.
Wrong.
This is a loaded comment. The relationship between Joel and Ellie defined the original game, just as its absence defines the sequel. You do still have some parts with Joel, like the museum sequence, which is one of my favorite parts of the whole game, but yeah, this is a sad game, and you really do come to miss that character dynamic. Then there's Abby. The biggest trick of this game was to make Abby work as a character. How do you humanize her without hamming it up and turning her into a hero? Oh look, it's Abby's dad. What a great guy. He saves zebras. Also, he's gonna cut a little kid's brain out.
I won't let you take her.
Never mind, Joel shot her dad, and that's why she's evil now. But she's not evil because she loves Owen, but she doesn't give a fuck about Owen. She just wants to kill Joel. But look, she pets a doggy until she throws his ball.
I did that!
There are sympathetic things about her and horrible, repugnant things about her, and you just kind of sit on this moral teeter-totter. You fight this fucker zombie monster in the basement. You walk on a balancing beam between skyscrapers. You battle through this nightmare inferno.
Okay, how the fuck was this guy even real, by the way? I can't get over this motherfucker.
You end up going through so much stuff as Abby just to save these kids that eventually I went, damn.
After all we've been through. Everything that I've done. It can't be for nothing.
I'm Tommy from The Last of Us 2. I get shot in the temple by a magic bullet that performs surgery on me off screen. Does he really get shot in the head?
Come on, bro!
Okay, I can explain this. Tommy is actually a character from Call of Duty Black Ops 4, where it takes 4 headshots to kill someone. Last of Us 2 is a game that takes itself super seriously.
That makes sense.
So this makes me wonder if you played the first game. Whether or not you did, you still seem retarded. He misspelled retarded. Says here.
Okay, I don't think I ever said this, by the way, but I feel like you almost have to be like Team Abby at the end, no? Like, am I crazy? Depends on your perspective. Yeah, like, you definitely don't hate her anymore. Well, maybe some people do. I don't know. Like, it's just so, like, Ellie's just so stupid. Ellie's just such a, I hate Ellie. I hate Ellie. She's just so dumb. Ellie's so dumb. Ellie's so fucking dumb, bro. Ellie's like 13? No, brother. She's like 14 in the first game. And then this game, she's like, what, 18, 19? Because it like takes place over like months and months. She's like somewhere like 18, 19. You're actually rage baiting? Brother, there were so many times I watched this game, I'm like, Ellie, what the fuck are you doing? Like, she gets rage baited too easily. It is what it is, bro. She just does.
Oh, dude, shoot these dickheads that killed Joel with a dynamite arrow. The Last of Us 2 is support the homosexual. That's why I'm not playing it. So if anyone wants to jump over to my side, you cannot make the player feel guilt for their actions if they didn't have the ability to choose something other than violence.
Okay, that's just dumb.
This is true. It's
That's-
against the gamer rules to do
That's
this.
just dumb.
Like how you can't be sad when Arthur Morgan dies because you didn't choose that. I don't disagree that you can make the player feel a more pronounced sense of guilt when it was a decision that they made. Yoga Jake talks about this a lot in his recent video, but I also think this dichotomy between the player and the character is one of the most interesting parts of this game. There are tons of games where the main character is just a vessel for the player, but here they have their own volition. When we start as Ellie, I am right there with her going, hell yeah, they killed Joel. Let's get these sons of bitches, and I shoot tons of people, and it's fun because shooting video games are fun. And as it goes, her mission gets more and more depraved until she becomes the villain of the story.
Yes,
it's a game
bro.
where the more you win, the worse things get, and I can understand why that would cause a disconnect, but I thought it was brilliant. My whole issue is the ending, which just throws away the
Here
point
we
of the whole
go.
game. Literally,
Let's
trapped
get some
Abby through
ending
states
discussion.
with revenge as an intent, but just because she got a little kid, she gets to live to play golf another day? All right, Vera, you want
Play golf.
to go there? You want to go there? The ending to this game is probably the most controversial part of it, which is saying a lot. Ellie sacrificed so much to get to this moment and kill so many people, only to change her mind at the last second. Kinda like that one dude did in that PS3 game. I think it was called The Last Donut. Now when this happened, I went, what the fuck? I felt robbed. Even though I no longer wanted to kill Abby, it seemed like that was the inevitable conclusion to this story. If Naughty Dog really wanted to nail home this message of hate spawning hate, Ellie would kill Abby. Thematically, that is the more appropriate ending. However, I like the real ending more. This is a depressing game released in a miserable year. Can we not just have one optimistic little blip? Lev saves Abby, who spares Ellie, who ultimately saves both of their lives. Ellie remembers her final conversation with Joel was a good one and says fuck it. Why she spares Abby is left so extremely ambiguous it could be interpreted forever. But I think these guys hit the nail on the head. Pearl Jam is the key to all of this. At the start of the game, me and Ellie were synced up. We wanted the same thing, but then she starts drifting away from Joel, from Dina, and the player. She becomes this unrecognizable monster who has lost so much of her own identity that killing Abby no longer
Yeah, bro, that's
means
what I said at this part. I'm like, dude, I was so pissed. I'm like, why the fuck is Ellie even doing this? Like, I feel like at that point, you have to be pissed off. You're like, just wrap it up, bro. Like, Ellie, you have to wrap it the fuck up. Like I said, she went 0 for 2. She went 0 for 2. Wait, Anime, you have to say it, by the way. You have to drop this one. Strong opinion about the Ellie Abby stories, but it's really clear. No, you have to go for it, bro. First of all, why do you care, Anime? You're not like you've been ever one to care about what people in chat say. It's way too long, and chat's not ready for an actual discussion about Survivor's Guilt. Survivor's Guilt, huh? So you're rage baiting. So you're rage baiting is what you're saying? You're gonna drop the, no, I don't think I will.
Ladies and gentlemen, Obi Kenobi from Star Trek. He says, I love how Dunkey showed us the metric score to attempt to prove a point. Show us the user scores too. So Obi-Wan's getting a little bit senile in his old age, but just for you, Obi-Wan, I am now going to read some Metacritic user reviews. Here we go. Just no, not worth playing, not fun, not groundbreaking, not interesting or exciting. Naughty Dog's Downfall. One of the most meta games I ever played, written by a soy boy that ruined Naughty Dog as a company. No more likable characters because of reasons you can view in other comments. This is an incredible masterpiece, a must to play. The baddest game in history. This game must be the game that can enter the list of games I don't like. Trash agenda. This could be a great game, but Anita had to add political Gina agenda. I gotta play a story-based game with a shit story that it's my fault because I'm a homophobe?
What?
Seriously, Days Gone did a way better job than this. Shit. I guess Obi-Wan was right. But now, just to be safe, let's look at the reviews for a good game, like Days Gone. The story is very emotional and smart. Deep story with awesome graphics. This game, it's a masterpiece storytelling. The story and characters are top-notch, and at times I even felt emotion. Storytelling is so good that I thought I was dreaming. Good storyline, not like shitty The Last of Us 2. Deep storyline with white, straight protagonist. Damn. Well, it looks like the people have spoken. Last of Us 2 is a terrible 3 out of 10 story. Meanwhile, Days Gone is an 8 out of 10 masterpiece of storytelling. Now, Paulie, play the clip of Days Gone.
Oh, wait a second. Here, you can have this one back. But only if you promise to ride me as much as you ride your bike.
Huh?
The story is the best ever.
Wait, so does she top him? That might be peak. Hold on. Are you fucking stupid? No, are you stupid, bro? She said... Let's fucking listen to it again.
Promise to ride me as much
He's riding her, bro.